Hey guys, welcome to my new video, love, expectations versus reality. So we're going to be talking about the big topics today. We're going to be talking about what is love, what I thought it was versus what I think it is now, and how things have changed, how things have grown for me. Obviously this is different for everyone, and everyone's kind of got their own way they interpret love, so this is my interpretation. You will probably find a few things in here that you can relate to though. So let's get started. I thought love was thinking the guy was so amazing and just absolutely just the best guy in the entire world, and I was so into him. I couldn't wait to be near him, couldn't wait to be around him. I was all that dominated my thoughts was thoughts of him. I just thought he was the best guy ever. He didn't really notice me too much, and I could never work out why. I couldn't work out why. On my end, it was just absolutely amazing, and couldn't he feel the same connection? Because I could. So there was a bit of confusion there about that. I remember just finding any excuse to believe that he liked me back. Like if he smiled at me or if he sent me a text first, anything would do to find the evidence that potentially there was something there that he could prove to me that he liked me. It was never any understanding that potentially he wasn't that interested if he wasn't talking to me. Essentially, I had no idea if they were actually really even good for me, because I just had built them up and put them on this huge pedestal in my mind, and I wasn't sure what the real version of them actually was. I just thought they were this incredible guy, and whenever we talked, he was absolutely amazing, and I just thought he was so great. But it was like I never had the actual affection from him or the dates to be able to know that, oh, maybe this guy isn't right for me, or maybe there's a flaw there, or maybe this is something he might need to work on or something I might need to work on. You just don't know. You don't know where your deal breakers are or your boundaries when it's unrequited love, like when you're just loving them from afar and they haven't actually reciprocated anything. Pretty much he just ended up being this big fantasy in my mind, and I just wasn't sure if he'd match up to that in real life, to be honest. But I was so in love and so rose-colored glasses that it was like I didn't even consider the possibility that he might have been someone other than who I was building him up to be in my mind. So I'd built him up to be this amazing guy, and he was on this pedestal, and I was over here trying to get his attention, trying to get him to look my way. And I even think in unrequited love, which is what my definition of love was, because it was the only kind of loving feelings I'd ever experienced at the time, the honeymoon phase just goes on and on and on and on, because you never actually have to face the reality of this person and what they're like in a bad mood, or what they're like when they're unhappy or on a sad day. You don't see any of that. You just see what you want to see. So you see them as the person you want them to be. And this can be potentially dangerous too, because you've started with that extremely high expectation. Oh, this is love, this is meant to be, this is it. And then this poor person, even if they are interested in you, they have to kind of climb the ladder to get to that high expectation, and potentially they'll miss, and you'll be like, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I thought was going to happen. Love ends up being more inside my own head as opposed to a connection between two people. I'd felt this kind of love twice in my life. Why does this keep happening where I'm not getting those feelings reciprocated? I think it came down to it wasn't true love, because unrequited love isn't love. It's love as you wish it to be. Unless it's the other person is also engaging in it with you, it can be really hard to be able to differentiate what's real and what's not. So when I look at the reality side, so that was expectations, now this is reality. The reality of love for me is a two-sided equation. You're not sitting there waiting for a text 24/7 and begging for him to reply to you, and waiting by the phone and feeling let down all the time because he's replying to you. He cares as much for you as you do about him. And it's a partnership. It's equal. It's not one-sided. I feel like my love in the past was very one-sided in that I had all this immense deep feelings for them, and they never really reciprocated that back to me. What I know love is to be now is that you both care for each other. And when you both have bad days, one of you is there for the other one. And when the other one is having a rough time, the other one is there for them. And it's equal, you both have each other's back. You're there together for each other. And to be honest, every time I had this expectation of what love was, and I thought I was in this crazy mad love, it began up here. Like it just suddenly happened and I was, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. And then it would slowly just decline as I realized that it wasn't really happening. True love, I've found, it stays the same. It begins, it's always a high note at the beginning. Honeymoon phase is always exciting, but it feels dependable and it feels safe and it feels like something you can rely on and continue with. You love it. You want to continue with this person, this relationship, because you're getting so much out of it. It just feels right. You just go with the flow of things. And it snuck up on me, you know, like I'm used to this crazy mad love and that's what I thought it was, but love this time snuck up on me. It wasn't just a big bang and all of a sudden I was there and I was obsessed and I couldn't get my mind off. Like every little thing that my partner did, which I really thought he showed he cared about me and I really appreciated. Every little thing, like getting me an extra cup of tea whenever he made himself one, just in case I was thirsty, like just to show that he cared. At the end of the day, he was a real person with flaws. As we went out a bit more and got to the point where he wasn't just trying to put on his best self on our dates and be who he really is, you get to learn that this person is a real person. They have their flaws, you have your flaws. You work on them, you work through them, you work together, and you realize that that's what love is. Love is unconditionally accepting someone else with their flaws and knowing that they're not perfect, and that's okay because they're still amazing in your eyes. They're still willing to give it a crack. Love is when I bring up an insecurity and he just accepts me and he just knows that that's okay, that's part of who you are, that's all right, we'll work on it, we'll work through it, you're gonna be all right. Or he laughs it off with me. Oh, that's silly. Like, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. I know you're more than that little thing that you feel really insecure about. That's what love is. Being a team and looking after each other in equal amounts. Caring for the other person genuinely, wanting the best for them. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed this video.